Hi everyone, Shanda Sturk here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I thought today I would show you a way to use up lots of that DSP that's retiring. So I'm going to use the Ornate Garden Designer Series paper. In case you know, DSP stands for Designer Series Paper. So there's always, with some suites, there's a set of specific papers designed to use with that suite, so it's quite lovely. This was lovely paper. Anyway, so I'm just going to show you this, so I'll just put my camera down. There we go. I just got a phone call, so I wasn't quite sure what to do with it. Anyway, so I hope my sister remembers that I usually do a live at 5. Okay, so we're going to make this one. So I've made one just to show you. This is one piece of the Ornate Garden Series paper, so that's one, and then I've just stamped a nice, and it stands up nice so you can see it, and then it's really quite easy to make. It's just a bit of a fancy fold, but it's a lovely card. So we'll just put that, and then I did this one. I haven't quite finished putting it together because I had to decide what to put on here. So here's this one. I love this olive, old olive on the inside. So, and then I just have to finish this either with butterflies. I've been experimenting and I tried this little hedgehog in there. That kind of looks okay, but I thought, well, maybe the butterfly would look better. So anyway, so this is from the Butterfly Beauty Set, and it's retiring, but it makes lovely butterflies. So what you need to make these cards is a 12 by 12 piece, and you're going to cut it at 5.5. So it's 5.5 by 12. And then you're going to need your scoring, because you're going to need to score it. So you score it at 2 and 4. These things are very handy. They come with your scoring tool, and then so I put 2, 4, 8, and 10. So we'll just put it in there. So you just score that. Put it down. Then I just kind of fold and burnish those. Now I kind of have to see where it is. There we go. And then turn it around and score at the same parts, just burnish it a little bit. Okay, so then what you need is you need to take your paper. Now, this is a little easier to see. You don't really need to put a pencil mark if you're using DSP that you can easily see, but I'm just going to put a little dot there and a little dot there, and then you need to measure up 1 inch. So actually I'm gonna, yeah, this is the bottom, since my ruler goes this way. So here's the bottom, so you just make a little pencil mark there at the inch. Now you could change this if you wanted and do it at 2 inches. But I'm gonna just do the way I've learned. Trouble is with my ruler, it's easier to mark it if I just go like this. So just make a little pencil mark there, and then stick it in here. Now this one fold you've made here, so you stick that right in your cutter, and then that other pencil mark you've made there, just move this up a bit so you can see. So the pencil mark you've made there, you put kind of that in the hole of your cutter. Then just make sure they're both lined up right where you're gonna cut, and then you just cut that off. Okay. Oops, you have to lift this at the top, it does better. So then you do the same thing at the bottom on the other side. So there's your pencil mark there. Here's the fold mark there. Okay, so just make sure they're both right in that groove where your cutter goes. Okay, and then just cut that off. This new Stampin' Trimmer that Stampin' Up! Came with, their blades last a lot longer than they used to, so it's very handy. Okay, so now you take this and then you just fold this back. So whatever DSP you've got, it's usually got a pattern on both sides. So Sarah, see, now you've got a bit of a fancy fold. So now you need the inside. And I found, so you just take a 4 by 5 1/4, and that's going to go in here. Actually, this needs a smidge of a trim. Sometimes when you fold this, usually a 4 by 5 1/4 fits in there, but when you put it in there, if you feel it's a bit tight when you fold it up, oh no, that's all right. It felt a bit tight. If it feels tight, then you can trim a smidge off it, but that's actually going to be all right. Okay, so now I did this. This is a big stamp, so I did it on my Stamparatus. So I've marked, whenever I'm doing something, if I'm do it more than once, I mark where my paper goes, because then I don't have to figure that out for the next time, but we'll just test it. Yeah, I want it right up there. Now I did this in Old Olive, so we'll just do that. And all you have to do is just ink it up, because I found when I was experimenting with this earlier today, when you have a big stamp set like this, at least with the Stamparatus, you can hit the same spot twice. It might come out the first time, but see, it's a little too light in a couple of spots, so we'll just lightly ink that up again, push it down. This is the great thing about the Stamparatus, you can hit the same spot twice. Oh, there we go. See how lovely that is? Every part filled in nice and dark. Okay, so we'll just put that away. So then, and we'll just close that. So then you just take this and put it on the inside of your card. Now, there's not an awful lot of room left here. You could, put something on the back, but for me, there's enough here. You could write a little name and then give this to somebody. Now, I also stamped a flower in mine, so we're gonna do that too, because I just kind of like that little flower. You've still got lots of room to write a nice little message in there. So we're just gonna add this little flower. It's from the Ornate Garden set, which is also retiring, which means, if you're not familiar with Stampin' Up, it just means that there's a new catalog out, and this flower set won't be in the next catalog. Okay, that's a little light, but so then we're just going to color that, and I chose Rose because it matched Rococo Rose. Rococo Rose is also retiring. Now I just take my dark and I just kind of go over the lines just where they are, and then I take the light and I fill it in. And if you go over this, just color over where you've colored before with the dark, it just kind of fills it in, and blends nicely and then has a little more pizzazz to it than just coloring one. It's got lots of dark and light colors. Okay, this stamped a little lighter, so I'll just show you what I do. I've got a black marker, and if sometimes if that doesn't quite come out, I just take my black marker and go over the lines. If I can't stamp it again, if I haven't done it on the Stamparatus. This worked perfectly when I did this morning, but now it's not looking great when it's light. So there is always a way to fix a mistake. There you go. Just put a little more black ink on it, and then I've got my old olive for the leaf. I could have done this in 2 colors too, but I didn't. I just thought one looked okay. So just down the stem. Okay. And then brown, or soft suede is what I'm using. Soft suede for the inside. Okie dokie. All right, now we're just going to turn that over. Put some seal on it. There we go. And just pop that on the inside. Now it kind of has to be not exactly snug, but it has to be up against that fold line or your card won't fold. So then you just, once you've got it in there, then just take it and... Okay, now I found the easiest way to put this on here so that you don't have leftover adhesive sticking on your card is I put this here where I want it, and then I just put a little pencil mark here and a little pencil mark there because it's going to sit. So now I've got this, so now I can put my adhesive. Let's keep that down, just put my adhesive down here. Okay, then when you stick, I'm not quite sure why that didn't, there, we'll just alter it a little bit. Okay, then you can stick this on here and just put it kind of so it's in the middle, and then there's no adhesive here and sticking. Now what we'll do, I really played around with a lot of different things on here. I even tried a bird that I have, but I didn't really like it, so I ended up with the butterflies, and the butterflies have flown the coop. Ah, here they are. And then I tried white, and white was too bright for that. So, and it seems the vanilla circle, so we'll just, now these circle punches, so I just used the 2.5. You can, if you're using the layering circles, this is the second largest scalloped circle. There was one that fits just inside there, but I found I liked a little more, so I'm just going to use my 2.5-inch circle. And these punches are retiring as well. So if you want them, now is the time to order them. I have been putting a link above my video so you can go right to my store and shop. You just put your name and a password and you can shop all Stampin' Up! Stuff. So it's really very handy. Okay, so we'll just stick this on there. I'm getting a lot better at using that seal. I struggled a bit in the beginning. Now I just want that even all the way around. Now this butterfly die, it's also retiring. I've used it actually, you've seen it in some of my cards. So it's Butterfly Beauty. It comes with these 2 great big dies. so it is also retiring. It won't be in the next catalog, but I really like it. You just send it through your Big Shot and it cuts out, and then you just have to cut these apart. So we'll just glue. I tend to glue these on, and I don't glue the whole thing, I just glue this. Okay, then we'll glue him down. So there's a thicker butterfly, and then you cut the second butterfly and see it has a lot more patterns on it, but you've got this thick one to go underneath it. So then we'll just do this and glue it right on top. There we go. So isn't that a nifty little card? And then it just sits on the desk like this. So it's got a really nice wish in it, lots of room to write, and it really uses up your DSP too, so I might try a few more of these. I could add some rhinestones to these, I'm not sure. Because this is, anyway, such pretty paper. So that's my card for today. I hope you try that at home. It's just a 5.5 by 12-inch piece of DSP. Score it, fold it, and there you go. Lovely, isn't it? Okay. All right, so thanks for watching, and those of you who watch later, and I hope you have a lovely evening. So nice and sunny here. Okay, thanks. Bye.